Good afternoon and welcome to episode 7 of the Blue Fern Yarn podcast. My name's Shannon and I am the face behind Blue Fern Yarns, and I'm coming to you from Norwich in Norfolk in the UK. You can find me on Instagram, Ravelry and Facebook as Blue Fern Yarns, and I have my own website which is bluefernyarns.co.uk, where you can find my hand-dyed yarns, hire knitting needles, crochet hooks and accessories, and also Bailey Bock design handmade project bags. Today is going to be a bit of a short episode, I think. I don't have too much to say. First up, I would like to say a huge thank you to the support that you lot all give me. You've all been so lovely. I have taken a bit of a break, and I'm back now. Yeah, mental health is quite difficult at the moment, especially being lockdown 2.0 in the UK. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who is sort of struggling. Lately I've seen a few comments from a few people who are also struggling, and I just want to say thank you to those that sent me some lovely messages. Really does mean a lot to me that you're all thinking of me. And yeah, on the home front news, my kitchen is all fitted, 100% fitted, and I am so pleased with it. It looks really nice. It still needs like priming, and then the ceiling and the walls painting, getting some of the wall tiles up and things like that, but it's fitted, it's usable, it is like, oh, it's brilliant. It's just nice to have a proper kitchen again where we can cook proper meals, and yeah, it feels so nice to have a proper kitchen again. So again, thank you for your comments. You may have seen on my Instagram stories some of the photos that I've shown of it. I will be taking more photos as and when I have painted and decorated, but I don't know when that's going to be, just because it takes so long for everything to dry at the moment at this time of year, so I'm not sure when we'll get to that. We might save it until spring next year, just so then it dries quickly, and that way we don't have to worry about the walls or Bennett rubbing against the walls, because he's a black cat. The walls are going to go white. He'll end up being white basically, or leaving his black fur all over my nice clean white walls, which is probably not a good idea. Maybe I need a different colour. I don't know. I haven't thought of a colour scheme in there yet. We just like that it's nice and clean. And yeah, you probably don't want to hear about that. You probably want to hear about what I've been working on with knitting and things like that. So I have been knitting whilst I've been sort of away. In fact, I've got quite a lot of knitting done. I have designed a pattern which is a simple cowl. It will be available early December, I'm hoping, once I've actually got down and written the pattern out. It's all in my little shorthand notes at the moment, so it doesn't make sense to anyone but me. So yeah, I'm hoping to get that one out, and it's going to be for free. It's just a simple knit cowl. I have got the sample, but I have put it away because it's not been blocked, again because things have taken so long to dry. I will aim to get that blocked for the next podcast so I can show it all off to you and hopefully have a date for when that will be released. I have also got 2 finished objects, and they are 2 that I have done. I don't have to give the credit to my mum this time. They're 2 that I've done. And again, you may have seen on my Instagram, where I'm sort of most active, the photos of my Vertices Unite shawl. So here it is absolutely massive. It's again not been blocked, but I think it looks quite alright at the moment. It's going to be one that I'm definitely going to block in the spring, just to make it that bit more drapey, but it is huge. I've worn it a couple of times already. And yeah, it's humongous. I can't even get it all on the screen. I'm really trying to get it all on the screen. But yeah, all the yarns are my own hand-dyed yarns, and this is sort of the yellow and grey stripe is section 1, which is the yellow is turmeric and the grey is concrete. And you've got sort of section 2 just here where you've got silver fern and concrete. And then section 3, which is this sort of rectangle of blue, is a one and done skein that I had done, but I have been able to recreate it, which I am really pleased with. It will be coming to the shop hopefully sooner rather than later. I just need to get a few more skeins of it dyed up at the moment, because I only did a mini just to test it so I didn't waste loads of skeins. But yeah, and it's going to be called Ink. So yeah, that one will be coming to the shop soon. And then here it's more silver, and you've got the silver and ink striped, and then the last one is turmeric. And then around the edge you have this I-cord border. I don't know if you can really see it there. I-cord border, which I'm very poorly trying to show you. And I've just done that in concrete just to wrap it all up. But yeah, I'm so proud of it. I'm so pleased of myself of finishing it. You can sort of wear it almost as if it's a scarf. It's probably sort of how I would wear it, is something along the lines of this. If it's sort of under a coat, but I've been wearing it sort of around the house because it's been a little bit cooler. Just sort of round my shoulders. Oh, so you can just about see at least a few of the sections just here, and then you've got like the other two just sort of this side. But this is sort of how I've been wearing it around the house, and just whilst I've been working from home on the day job, just wearing it like this. But yeah, it is so nice. I'm so pleased with this. I may have said that once or twice now. But yes, very pleased. I like how neat it looks, and honestly, only learning to knit this year, I'm actually really pleased at how well all the sections go well together. I don't think I can take too much credit for that. I think that is the pattern, and obviously that's by Stephen West. I don't think I mentioned that, but it's by Stephen West, and his patterns are so well written. He's got a million of them. But yeah, so if you haven't done the Vertices Unite one, I totally recommend it. It is such a good pattern, and you'll just love it. And so that is the larger size, so it comes in two sizes. You've got the smaller one and you've got the larger one. I like a bit of a blanket rather than just a small scarf. And yeah, I think that I wouldn't have been as pleased if it was such a small one, personally. But yeah, I definitely recommend that pattern. The next one I have got is another finished object, and this is the Adventina by Katrin Schubert. Again, it needs blocking because nothing's drying properly at the moment, so it will stretch even further when it's blocked, but you can see that it is already pretty long, and each end ends in a bit of a point. So you've got that point, and you've also got sort of that point where I started, so you can see that it's actually quite massive. I can already wrap it around me exactly how I would wear a scarf. I just think that when it's blocked it'll be slightly longer, but yeah, it's already sort of a nice length for me. Yeah, and I love it. It's a mixture of my yarns and a couple of others. It's mostly mine, and I'm gonna go through the colours and see if I remember them all. Let's give it a go, shall we? So you've got Silver Fern at the end just here. This one here is Sea Foam. The next one along is In the Shallows. Next one is Caribbean Seas. Then you've got this one here where it's got a bit of a pink speckle. That's Mr. B's Easter egg hunt. Then you've got Silver Fern again. This one is Sea Breeze. The next one is Forget Me Not. It's ironic that I forgot that one, right? Then you've got Silver Fern again, and you've got Summer Skies. Then you've got a couple of rows of Drift in there. The next one along, it's getting quite difficult to sort of show you, there we go. The next one along is Sea Glass. And you've got some more Sea Breeze in here. This one here with a little bit of purple in there and blue and green, sorry, is Wisteria. And you've got Summer's Day again. Here is a lot more of the Drift colourway, which I really, really love. This is just a one-of-a-kind blue that I'd come up with on a mini skein. Then in here you've got, just in this one just here is Peacock. This one's just charcoal. Then you've got a couple of lines of Milford Sound. And then I've ended it in Fjords. So you can see that it is quite a long, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this all the way up now. Quite a long scarf. It's still going. There we go. That seemed like a good idea when I started. But yeah, it is massive. And definitely one I could recommend for new knitters. I started this, I had a look on my Ravelry, I started it on the 5th of July, and I only finished it last week. But yeah, it's quite a long one to knit. It's got quite small needles, and you can see that the sort of garter stitch is quite tight on there. The pattern also does give you the option to add in lace. I didn't want the lace on my one, although I will probably do this again and add lace in next time. But I was really pleased with how it turned out with just the garter stitch, with the chevrons and everything like that. So I'm really pleased with that. I think I will be making that one again at some point. Don't know when, but we shall see. So they are my two finished objects that I'm so proud of. And again, from my Instagram, you may have seen that I've actually cast on a jumper. Now, I've not made any garments, I've not knitted any garments yet. So yeah, I've cast on a jumper now. I'm going to show you the pattern before I get what I've done out. Does that make sense? Before I show you what I've made so far, the pattern that I'm doing is this Trescao. I think it's going to flip the wrong side, but I will write it on the screen. Trescao, and it is by Anneh Dervout. She's got some lovely patterns. I've looked at her pattern library. Don't know what you actually call it on Ravelry when you go and view all of their patterns, but she's got some lovely patterns. Let me see if she's got another version of it so you can see the back. Let me just hide the pattern bit, but there's the back of it. So you've got this gorgeous eyelet detail down the side, or down the raglan increases on the shoulders, and then it's just a very simple sort of knit, what do you call it, stocking stitch. Totally forgot the name of that one, but stocking stitch. So here you've got the gorgeous sort of eyelets on the sleeve detail. Yeah, it's gorgeous, I love it. The pattern can call for calls for DK, but you can also do it in 4-ply holding mohair. So the grey one that I've shown you, so this one's the DK version, and this pink one here is done, I believe, with the mohair, because you can see the slight halo on the picture. But yeah, it's a great pattern, very easy to read, and yeah, so I will show you what I've done for it now. So my project bag is just this standard canvas one, which I think you've seen before, and I just put all my badges on there. Came from HobbyCraft, and it's quite a decent size. It's like holds a lot of yarn. And then this is my jumper. So I cast on was it Wednesday last week. I've actually done quite a bit because I've had a couple of annual leave days, so I haven't done much other than knitting. So let me just get all the stitches the right way around and the jumper the right way around. So this is how much I've done so far. So it's quite a bit. It rolls, so it doesn't sit very nicely at the moment until it's blocked, but this is the jumper that I'm making, and I've made so far. You can see that obviously I've done the split off for the sleeves, and I've worked quite a bit down. It is a crop jumper, and it says that I've done it for as long as it needs to be. So let me just stand up. So I've done it for as long as it needs to be, but it's a bit too crop for me. So what I've done is I'm starting on the sleeves. So I'm gonna knit the sleeves and see how much yarn I've got left. There is supposed to be a bit of a border, which is about 1 inch, so it'll be about down to here-ish. It's still a bit too cropped for me. I like my jumpers about this length. So we're going to see how much yarn I've got left over, and I'm going to knit as far as I can with that, and then hopefully end up with a jumper I will actually wear. The colourway is my own. It is concrete. And I just love the little tonal sections that you get of it. Looks a bit sort of mottled. There we go, it's like true to colour as well there. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It's my first jumper. There's the back of it. You can see my strand of yarn there. Let's just hide that one. So here's the back of it. It looks exactly the same as the front at the moment. But yeah, the back will have a higher, let's turn that back round, we'll have a higher bit at the back because there's some German short rows, which obviously give you a bit more shaping around the back, around the neck. But yeah, and I've got my higher panda cable stoppers, which a few of you have purchased already. Honestly, I don't know what I would do without them now. I have made another thing that's in the past uses scrap yarn, whereas I think I prefer using a cable because all you need to do is unscrew your needles, put them where your cable stoppers are, and off you go. You don't need to faff around with picking up stitches or trying to make sure that you're all the right way around or anything like that. So I might be a cable stopper snob. Sorry, I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm going to make it a thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm so proud of myself that I've done this. I did have a bit of a problem. Now, if anyone's got any videos that they can share with me, when I tried to, so when you cast on, it says that the beginning of the round is at the back of it, so you continue at the back until you split for the sleeves, and then you go to the underarm. Now, because it's hand dyed yarn, I recommend that you buy more than one skein if you're making a garment at the same time, so then the batch is likely to be the same batch of like hand dyed yarn, so then that way it doesn't show too much of a different colour. And I also recommend that you alternate your rows. Now if you're doing a flat bit, I'm fine with alternating rows. When I'm working in the round though, apparently I'm not as neat, so you can see it just here, it's just not as neat, and I don't know why. It's like some of it's pulled really tightly together, some of it's quite loose, so this stitch here is very loose. But yeah, so if anyone's got any videos or tips on how to alternate colours in the round without leaving such a horrible gap, that would be fab. Please do comment below or find me on Instagram and send me a message. I'm so hooked. I really want to make so many jumpers. I've even been online looking for like machine washable yarn, because I only hand wash hand dyed yarn. So then I can have a few jumpers that I can wear and just throw in the washing machine just for ease, because I do think that commercial yarn is needed for those throwaway jumpers that you wear, you throw in the washing machine, you hang on the line and it's good to go, it keeps going. Whereas the hand dyed yarn does need a bit more care for it. Not that that's a bad thing, I just think that I want quite a few jumpers now. I don't ever want to go to a shop and buy a jumper, I want to make them. And one day I will have a wardrobe full of jumpers, I hope. Yeah, so I've been online looking, I've been looking at patterns. I've already decided what my next pattern is, and I've already got the pattern. I don't think I can really show you without showing off some of the pattern, because it's a purchase one. I don't feel comfortable sharing it. It's the Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie May Designs. I think you've probably, if you're in the knitting sort of scene, you've probably seen it. What I will do is I will try and pop a photo in of the jumper that she's made for it, that is the one of the picture of the pattern, just so you can see what it looks like. It is lovely. It's just a simple classic raglan jumper. It has got quite a bit of positive ease in there, and I'm still trying to understand the positive ease. My understanding is positive ease means extra bagginess, which I don't mind a bit, but I don't know how much is too much. But that's fine. I'm all learning. Like I said, I only learned to knit this year, and I'm already onto jumpers. Should I be that pleased about jumpers already? I don't know, but I'm really pleased. Sorry, you can hear the needles jangling there. But yeah, I think that I'm going to look forward to making a few more jumpers. I've been looking, I don't know if you all know it, but have you heard of the Make 9? I've been looking at my Make 9 for 2021, and I've got 4 or 5 jumpers on there. I think it's 5 jumpers. And what I will do is I'm going to put a picture in, and I won't go through all of them now, but I'll put a picture in and put all the patterns that I'm hoping to make for next year. Some of them have even got Colourwork, so specifically if people have got tips for colour changing in the middle of a row and making sure that it looks neat and tidy, I'm going to need them for those jumpers. Please, please help. But yeah, I think that's probably about it for the jumpers for now. But yeah, so my Make 9 will obviously be the 9 patterns that I will concentrate in theory in the beginning half of the year, so the next half of the year I can make and do anything I want. But we shall see. But yes, that's all I've really been working on. Well, this last 2 weeks. I've got a pattern that will be coming. I've finished two whips off, which I'm really pleased about, and obviously cast on and got quite far in my jumper that I'm really pleased with. And I think that's about it, to be honest. I have got loads of space for new whips in my project bags. I've got loads of empty project bags now. So I do need to find some more. The only thing is I can't decide what ones to do. So again, if you've got any recommendations on nice patterns, give me a shout. I would love to hear from you. Yes, and that's all I have to say. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and like the video. If you want to keep up to date with any new and future videos going up in the future. I don't know, I feel like I'm trying to rush now and I don't really want to rush. But yeah, anyway, but yes, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully see you again in a couple of weeks' time. Bye!